So, Rebecca, what were you doing there?
What's Michaela's last name? Murphy. Michaela Murphy.
Oh, Michaela Murphy, yeah.
Yeah, so Michaela Murphy was a hugely important teacher for me because I started making photographs, which were setups of dolls, and I used a lot of superimposition in my photographs. And at that time, I was 100% convinced I was going to be a painter, but in the end, I became a filmmaker. And I think that the idea of making very, very personal images that were on film, really sort of started in that place, in that arena where I was able to go deep in that level and get the support of a teacher and also of the other artists that surrounded me. And the idea that it's an opportunity to also not be careerist, I think, and to be totally free as an artist in a community of other artists who are just seeking to find themselves. And it's a crucial moment. You're whatever you are. What is it, 20 or 20? Or
yeah, everyone's like
20 years old.
20 years old, yeah.
And it's like the very moment, the very cusp of your adulthood, and this is when you begin to really form as a person. So I think it's actually extremely important that this exists for people of that age group, particularly.
And what about, because you came from Yale, so how do you think it affected you, like in terms of when you went back to Yale?
Well, I think it freed me enormously. I think when I came back, actually it's true that when I came back, I began to make really personal work, and it was the work that I then started to show, and then that led to a lot of other things, and to show in Connecticut and then in New York, and kind of made me serious as an artist. It's just sort of turned the screws, even though a lot of what I was doing was photography, I went back and did paintings that were very personal to me, and that were they were linked to dreams that I had, sort of cyclical dreams that I had. But it enabled me to have faith in myself as an artist, and to say, that I can go down deep, very deep personally, and it'll still be interesting to people. And in fact, the more particular I get and the more specific I get with myself personally, the more universal it becomes. And then that I was able to use later in my work, as a filmmaker. And even now, I think I'm still using some of the strength that I got from that experience.